left knee. When we bend the left knee, we can bring the elbow a little bit closer to it. So your left. There you go. Still keep length in both sides of the body, but notice you can go a little bit further, and then go ahead and bend the right knee. So this is why it's good to have the feet pointed out 45. So Bob, turn your feet out a little bit more. There you go. So the knee doesn't collapse in, the knee is going to stay in line with the ankle. That's good. Good. And then just go ahead and let yourself sway a little bit more. Now you notice with the knee bend, you get a little bit more freedom. With the weeping willow, we can go a little further. So the upper body is really just swaying in the wind. It's the lower body initiating the movement. Good. And coming into supported back bends, heart opening, is amazing and feels so good on the body anyhow. So just take a few breaths to enjoy that. Anybody have any questions? You doing good?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah, it should feel really, really good. If we ever need a break or if anything's intense, you just tell me and then we'll make adjustments. So go ahead and come back through the sumo squat. Okay, now we're going to make things a little bit bigger. So we're going to use our leg loops in our hands. It just keeps them from bopping us for one. I'm going to come out to the side so you can kind of move things out of the way a little bit. So I like to really, again, engage here. So this part of the body, I call it the underbelly of the body, hardly ever gets used. And so we really want to learn how to extend the arms and then press down. So right out through your shoulders. Yeah, that's it. Good. Really good. So just do a little pulsing here. So this would be a little bit more dynamic strength, but you can see if we did it gentle. Drop your hips a lot. See, the hips are relaxed, my dear. Yeah, and just the arms. And it's just a tiny little micro movement. Good. Okay, good. So we can hold them in our hands too if that feels a little bit better. Feel free to just make whatever adjustment. The further we get out to the extremities, the more challenging it is. As you can tell, everything expands, so it's actually really nice for some people who they might have an elbow injury or something and this hurts their elbow. You can expand it and it really feels good. I'm going to teach you like your teacher, so even when I say something like that, it's for you too. So just know everything expands. We call these like the little wings. Right? And it's kind of fun. So depending on the body, we'll expand everything, especially if there's a lot of stagnation in the lymphatics. They'll find it very uncomfortable at first, but then they'll love it. But just notice that this is also a good option. So find your sweet spot. Find whatever you like. I'm just going to bunch it up. It's harder. As we move to the extremities, it's more advanced. You come here, but wherever you feel like. So we did our little semicircles, right? We did our bigger side lunges, I call these. Well, what we're going to do, I'm going to be very gentle with my left knee. You're right. I'm going to actually rotate it down towards the ground. Bug on me. So I'm going to rotate it down, and then I'm going to twist. Look over towards the beautiful view. So your right knee is down and you're twisting. Use your arms. Don't let them, push them down. Good. And then come back up. So you see how we loosen the pelvis?
Yeah, I really go into a sickle when I do that. I must be doing something wrong.
So you come onto the toes, roll the knee down.
That one works.
Okay. Well, we'll do that one again. Let's stay on this side. So roll the left knee down. And then we're going to twist and press. Press so much that you can lift the back knee. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then come back up. So the swing holds us and supports us and allows us to keep the alignment to go deeper into the spirals. Okay, go ahead and drop your right knee. Yeah. So you can walk your left foot out slightly. Walk your left foot back. So your other left. Yeah, that one. Thank you. So now your hips have room to square. That was good.
And it's okay that my knee doesn't touch the bottom?
Well, if you press so much, you can actually come up, right? So it's the arms that are lifting you. The the legs are definitely working too, but we're really using the arms here. Yeah, good. I'll hear my poor little knee crackling. Okay, spin it back up. So this movement here is about the hips opening. Totally different than normal lunges. Let's go ahead and drop that left one down again. Good. Spin. So this is where we get the twist. And go ahead and press in so much that you lift and come into the side lunge here. Yeah, there you go. Now, try doing it and just using your arms. So drop down, Try it again. So we spin forward and use your arms. Press, press, press. Yes! That was it. Really good. Isn't it nice to get your little reflection going too? All right, drop it back down. Open it up. Is that okay?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe the arms need to be a bit higher for me. I don't know.
That's okay.
Because if I press, I don't come that much high.
Well, use your hands. See if it.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that better? You want them higher? It's okay to have them higher.
Yeah, I wonder.
If we have them higher, we'll just bring them down when we.
Oh, when you do the other one.
Yeah.
I think you probably.
Yeah. It's all a matter of taste too, because it's okay to bring them higher and lower. Okay, good guys. Let's go ahead and release those. Come into a supported back bend. So this is our neutralizing pose, right? So see what feels good in your version of Weeping Willow. Maybe bend the knees a little bit further this time. If you want to do little micro movements, keep the legs straight. Just take a moment to wash it out. So the integration points, the pause in between poses, is where we get the most benefit from the practice. And that's something that we tend to run over or miss when we over-exercise or overdo in some of the traditional yoga practices. We don't have enough of a pause. So we're going to take lots of pauses. Really nice, guys. And then drop in when you're ready. A couple other variations. Okay? So we just did the side lunge, so we're going to hold on to our, I call it the marionette arms. So we're going to do our semicircles, and we can come right up into a warrior two and have our weight into our legs if we want to come up to the left here. Yeah, it's a little bit wider. Yeah, that's it. Now see your hips are like this. See, yeah, and then drop straight down. Ooh la la. Now that's the spot that most people are avoiding. And the swing, same with you. So you're leaning forward. So I want you to shift back. Yeah. There you go. Good. Shift back. Now drop. Now the thing which is cool here is you can drop straight back. So go ahead and, yes. You have to trust the swing. And now it's a different stretch. Now go ahead and pulse forward towards me a little bit. And we get this gigantic opening here that we don't normally get in our warrior twos. There you go. That's it, Carol. See how you're straight up and down now? And we're holding the line. That's really good. You can actually wiggle your front foot forward so your knee and ankle, yeah, it's okay to come off the mat a little. Beautiful. And this is what we do is we pulse. We hang out it and if we could keep the arms engaged, that's even better, right? But right now we're more focused on relaxing the hips and pressing them forward to get this openness, because this is a huge opening where most people are like this in warrior twos in a class and they miss it. This is the pose, at least from my perspective, right?
And so we're pulsing pelvis forward and back?
Well, yeah, you can actually rotate the pelvis forward and back though, but really the pubic bone is going to stay tucked under and tucked towards the ground pretty much for the rest of the 3 days. So this movement isn't going to happen anymore. If you do this, if you press your hips forward, notice what happens to your lower back.
Yeah.
This actually lengthens the front of the spine, which is opening up the lower back. The other way actually compresses the lower back, which is kind of counterintuitive. So yeah, so we always have, and it's like opening up that Sushumna channel or feeling like that pillar of light that runs along the whole central pathway, and then we can work with the bandhas and chakras and things like that from there. You getting it? You good? Okay. Okay, now let's just press back. I call these roundabouts. So we're going to round about to the other side. Notice the feet shift first. Good. So just pulse into it. We're not going to come all the way up yet. So we're not going to go too far. That's perfect. So don't worry about the foot too much. Just focus on the hips. This section right here starting to open and release. And if at any point the arms need a break, go ahead and rotate into a back bend and then come back into it. But I noticed for both of you guys, you need more arm engagement, okay? Yeah. So get the arms working. Yeah, this will really help a lot. So why don't we go ahead and bring yours up one if that'll help. You're good. That looks great. So see if you can get this part to pull down. Yeah. Drop here. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, and feel free to move them on your own now too.
Yeah.
Now that you got familiar with the carabiners. So we just bring everything together. We'll have to bring them down when we get into chilaxin. How does that feel in the hips? Can you feel what we're working on? Like how
Yeah.
intense that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is what we want to open first, and then we work on the back. We will get into the shoulders next when we come into our forward folds. Right now we're very focused on our hips. Okay, cool. And then let's go ahead and try our warrior two. And we're just going to pulse just a little bit. Okay, make sure your feet feel like they're in a good alignment. Now notice if you have a tendency to go like this and come back up. Not just with the shoulders, but with the hips. Yeah. Just try it. You know, it's different. And what happens is the back leg feels like it's going to collapse, and you press into the outer heel a little bit more. So we're lifting through here. Yeah, and then drop in if you can.
Are you your back leg, are you turning it in or out?
Well, the inner spiral is
Yeah.
happening always.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the heel's turning out.
Yes.
Okay.
So we always inner spiral the legs. I mean,
Yep.
if we're in Baddha
Check.
Konasana, that's different, but hi. Okay, cool. So go ahead and press down, and then we're going to just pulse. So inhale, press the arms in strongly. Exhale, drop in. Relax into it. Good. Inhale, press. Beautiful, guys. Exhale, drop. Inhale, press. That's it. Exhale, drop. Go ahead and come back and relax. So sumo squat. So notice how this feels like a relaxation pose now, right? Let's go ahead and just shift from side to side. Starting to loosen up and lubricate the hips. Are you enjoying the yoga? Can it be on the camera? Good. So, yeah, there you go. Good. It'll just take a little bit. So your feet are kind of like this. If you do 45, it'd be a little bit better. There you go. Perfect. Walking forward. That's good. That looks good, Carol. Okay, good. So why don't we wiggle the feet together, heel, toe, straight legs. All right, supported back bend. So try your fullest expression, which is straight arms back behind you, interlace the fingers, release the index fingers. Okay, so notice that the feet are going to be our roots, and then from there you can sway the hips from side to side. Heart points up towards the sky, really good. And then the weeping willow with the arms, right? So the upper body is just using that momentum to sway.
Lovely.
Now go ahead and notice how nice it feels to support the head. Clasp the hands behind the neck and flare the elbows out wide. Yeah. And then just let the hips rock from side to side, and just let the gentle swaying motion start to loosen up all the connective tissue. You're getting a free massage behind the heart, right? Because the swing is opening up that stickiness, that fascia that builds up in the upper thoracics at the same time. So just swaying and playing. That's why I call it aerial yoga play, because there's lots of play, there's lots of swinging, and there's lots of opening that happens just from enjoying and experiencing the momentum. The pendulum swing. Really nice, guys. Okay, good. Inhale, open up the arms, come back through neutral. Exhale, forearm press. So just drop the hips once. So nice forearm press so that it's not too much. You can pick up your feet too. This is a bigger hamstring stretch. Really good. And then go ahead and push the hips up. Inhale. Keep the right foot grounded, left knee bends. Okay? Roll onto the outer edge of the right foot, flex it back, and then step. So we're going to step as high as we can. So not by the knee, but actually by the hip. Really good. Press in. Look over your left shoulder. So it's like we're wringing out the spine. And then go ahead and drop the hips. Drop the hips. Yes, that's it. That looks great. Doesn't that feel amazing?
Right.
Yeah. What gets into the side body like this? It's just incredible. And so we do recline twists on the floor in yoga, right? Looks like that, if this was the floor behind me. But this is so different because gravity is doing the work. So gravity becomes our best friend. That's great, my dear. Drop your hips even more if you can. So the arms are engaged, but the hips are relaxed. So you get that engaged but relaxed feeling. So if we engage too much, then we lose the relax. So we have to find the sweet spot, I call it. That place where both are working together. Beautiful. That feels amazing. Go ahead and inhale and pick that foot up. Bring it back to center. Let's wash it out with just one back bend here. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling. I like to switch it up and come into some jazz hands. So wide arms, palms facing the sky. Shake it out. Inhale, arms back overhead. And then exhale, come into the forearm press drop. So this little wiggle from side to side here is starting to get the length and loosen it up, right? So we get the length.